You ever felt it? That quiet panic in your chest. Not loud, not dramatic, just wrong. Like your spirit is trying to speak before your brain can catch up. You tell yourself it's nothing, that you're tired, that it's work stress, that you're overthinking, but deep down, some part of you already knows because the soul always knows. See, I'm Coach Jane, and I don't deal in sugar coated truths. So let's have the real talk. When a woman cheats, her body might stay, but her energy leaves first. This video isn't for the men who want to play blind. It's for the man who feels it, but hasn't had the words to explain what's happening. So stay with me. Because today, we're breaking down the 3 signs she's cheating, not just in the bedroom, but in the soul. And if you're serious about reclaiming your power, this is the moment you stop begging for love and start seeing the truth. Sign number 1. She's there, but her heart isn't. Let's start with the emotional detachment, because baby, this one is subtle, but deadly. She used to light up when you walked in the room. Now she barely looks up from her phone. You used to be her safe space, her diary, her soft landing place after a hard day. Now, you get surface talk. My day was fine. Nothing's wrong. She says the right words, but the warmth is gone. And listen, men are always told to watch for physical cheating. But the truth? Emotional cheating is where it starts. When a woman starts confiding in someone else, her dreams, her fears, her frustrations, she's building emotional intimacy somewhere else. That's not just dangerous. That's a damn red flag. You'll notice it in the little things. She laughs harder when she's texting someone you don't know. She responds to their messages faster than she responds to yours. You ask what's wrong, and she says nothing. But you feel the wall between you getting thicker every day. Let me tell you what that wall is. It's where she's storing the pieces of herself that no longer belong to you. And don't get me wrong, she might not even realize it. Women are masters at convincing themselves it's just a friend or he understands me. But understand this, the moment she starts defending that new connection, hiding it, protecting it, the betrayal has already begun. Because energy doesn't lie. If she's giving her best self to someone else and leaving you with leftovers, that's not a mistake. That's a decision. And hear me loud. You're not crazy for noticing. You're not insecure. You're not needy. You're awake. And that's your power. Sign number 2. Suddenly, everything is a secret. Let's talk about the shift in privacy. And no, I don't mean personal boundaries. I mean secrecy. The kind that hides, lies behind locked screens and sudden solo plans. Used to be her phone was face up, dinging every 5 minutes. Now, it's face down, silent, glued to her hand like it's holding the world's secrets, because it might be. She used to scroll next to you, laughing, sharing. Now she's in the bathroom for 20 minutes with her phone and comes out looking flushed. When you ask, she gets sharp. Why are you being paranoid? Don't you trust me? Oh, she's not answering your question. She's flipping the script to avoid answering. And let's be clear, a loyal woman doesn't need to play defense. Her peace doesn't come with passwords. So when she starts dressing different for girls' nights, wearing new perfume you didn't buy, making plans you're not included in, you already know. That's not you being controlling. That's you recognizing the difference between independence and intentional distance. See, a woman in love includes you. She brings you into her world, not because she has to, but because she wants to. But a woman who's cheating, she starts building a world where you don't belong. you'll notice the invitations disappear. Oh, it's just a work thing. Just some old friends from college. Nothing you'd be interested in. But you were always interested before. So what changed? I'll tell you. She changed the access code, and now she only opens the door when she wants to, and only for someone else. And if you ever catch her slipping and ask about it, suddenly you're the bad guy. You're suffocating me. You don't trust me. You're always accusing. That's not love talking. That's guilt deflecting, because a woman who's not hiding anything has nothing to defend. She doesn't get hostile when you get curious. She stays consistent, calm, open. But a woman who's keeping secrets, she starts managing her story, not sharing her life. And baby, when someone starts curating the truth, that's when you stop asking for explanations and start reading the energy. Because energy will tell you what her words never will. She might still kiss you goodnight. She might still say, I love you. But the spark? Gone. And love without presence is just habit dressed up in routine. Sign number 3, coldness, defensiveness, or worse, nothing at all. Now this last one hurts the most, because it's the point where some men break. It's when you stop arguing and start grieving, not the loss of the relationship, but the loss of her presence in the relationship. She becomes defensive or completely indifferent. See, some women will fight. They'll turn every question into a war. You ask where she's been. She says you're controlling. You ask why she's distant. She says you're imagining things. Every time you try to reach her, she slaps your hand with attitude. That's not communication. That's combat. And it's designed to exhaust you, to confuse you, to make you question your own sanity. Because if she can keep you fighting about the fight, you'll never get to the truth underneath it. But the scarier version, the quiet one, she doesn't yell, doesn't argue, doesn't explain. She just stops caring. No more good mornings. No more, how was your day? No more warmth in her touch. No more light in her eyes when you walk in the room. Just silence. Just a woman going through the motions. You could cry in front of her and she'd blink like she's watching a stranger fall apart. And you know why that happens? Because emotionally, she's already gone. Someone else is feeding the part of her you used to hold. He's giving her attention. He's listening. He's making her feel new, alive, seen. And while you're trying to resuscitate a love that's dying, she's already rehearsing how she'll explain the breakup to her friends. Or worse, she's not even planning to explain. She's just waiting for you to give up so she doesn't have to be the one to walk out. You can plan date nights. You can beg for conversations. You can write long texts trying to reconnect. But if she's emotionally invested in someone else, everything you do will feel like noise to her. And here's the cold truth, the one I won't sugarcoat. She's not pulling away because you failed. She's pulling away because someone else is getting the best version of her. And you, my love, are getting the leftovers. That's not love. That's disrespect. Now, let's be honest. Not every woman who cheats will show all 3 signs. Some are skilled at hiding. Some are master storytellers, sweet in the daylight, sneaky in the dark. But no matter how polished the mask is, the truth always leaves fingerprints. Because here's what you can't fake: emotional presence, consistency, connection, energy. You can fake a smile. You can fake a love you. But you cannot fake intimacy, not for long. So what do you do when the signs start adding up? You don't beg. You don't chase. You don't perform for scraps of attention like your worth is up for negotiation. You pause. You watch. You protect your peace. You stop arguing with what your soul already knows. And baby, if no one else told you, let Coach Jane say it plain. Sometimes a love isn't enough. Sometimes loyalty is not mutual. Sometimes the woman you gave your best to is already giving hers to someone else. And yes, it hurts. God knows it hurts. But hear me. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is a mirror, a revealer, a teacher. It teaches you who was real. It teaches you what you needed to heal. It teaches you what you deserve and what you never have to tolerate again. Because listen to me, if you ignore these signs, if you keep making excuses for behavior that's slowly draining your spirit, you're not just losing her, you're losing yourself. And you, my love, were never meant to disappear for anyone. You deserve better. You deserve presence. You deserve loyalty that doesn't shift with temptation. Loyalty that's rooted in character, not convenience. Love that doesn't require surveillance. Affection that isn't transactional. And honesty that doesn't come with fine print. You deserve a woman who makes you feel chosen, not one who makes you feel like a burden she's just too polite to leave. So, here's what I want you to remember. That eerie feeling, that gut whisper, that ache in your chest, that's your soul tapping you on the shoulder saying, wake up. She's not who she used to be, and you're not who you need to be. If you keep accepting this, you are not crazy. You are not clingy. You are not asking for too much. You're just asking the wrong person to give you what they've already given to someone else. And no matter how hard you love them, you cannot love someone into being faithful. So when the energy shifts, when the silence grows louder than her words, when your intuition is screaming and your mind is still trying to rationalize, choose you. You let go, not because you're weak, but because you're strong enough to stop auditioning for a part in a story that was never yours. Because real love, it doesn't hide, it doesn't threaten your sanity, and it sure as hell doesn't make you feel like you're hard to love. It shows up, it speaks truth, it stays, even when no one's watching. So listen to the signs. Let the silence speak louder. And, most importantly, let your soul decide when enough is enough. I'm Coach Jane, and if nobody's told you today, I see you, I respect you, and you don't have to settle for half love ever again.